We're here at the Pu'ukohola Heiau, and this is an aerial view model of the heiau itself. This is the Pu'ukohola Heiau. We're gonna come down this path and take a closer look of the heiau itself. Remember, this is the heiau that was built by King Kamehameha and his warriors. About 10,000 warriors lined up for about 25 miles and passed the stones from hand to hand and got the stones all the way over here. The kahuna told Kamehameha that the stones needed to come from a sacred valley that's all the way on the other side of this mountain here. So if you can imagine a gigantic human chain of people just right next to each other passing rocks, and the rocks would travel for about 25 miles. Start again when I get closer to the structure. This is a close-up of the Pu'ukohola Heiau. These rocks have been standing here since the time of Kamehameha. They are not cemented in. The Hawaiian builders that put this together actually found grooves in the rock that would naturally make them fit together, just like a puzzle. On the top of the heiau, there used to be a bunch of structures, altars, tiki poles, all sorts of things used for the heiau. But after Kamehameha died, his son Liholiho became Kamehameha II. And Kamehameha II ended the kapu, the whole kapu system. So his followers came here and tore everything down. The image of Ku, or that big Ku statue with red feathers covering it that you saw in Bishop Museum, that used to be located up here. The statue itself was taken by one of the kahuna and hidden in a mountain cave that was somewhere in this area. People didn't find it until maybe almost 100 years later. Now that statue is in Bishop Museum. This altar here is for people who want to leave any kind of sacrifice or present for Ku. You can see that some people have left some stuff here. And these two white balls on top of a stick, that means that we cannot go any farther than this. This used to be used in the Hawaiian days to tell people where the boundaries were, and it was kapu to go any farther than that. So this is the closest we can get to Pu'ukohola. Next to Pu'ukohola is a fortress. Kamehameha had this fortress constructed to help defend the beach from enemies who would want to attack from the ocean over there. Kamehameha's friends, John, Isaac, had told Kamehameha that he should place cannons over here on this fortress. So of course this fortress doesn't look like a regular English fortress or French fortress. It's more of a open area, but these walls protected the warriors who guarded this area. And remember, this Pu'ukohola was very sacred to Kamehameha. I believe his advisors were John Young and Isaac Davis. Sorry, I had a forgetful moment right there. So we're gonna take a look at the sign for this fortress. It's just a little illustration to show you what it would have looked like back in Kamehameha's days. Next to Pu'ukohola and Kamehameha's fort lies Pelikane. Now this area was once a village for the royals. Queen Emma was actually born here, and this was the place where a lot of royalty lived, and a lot of their family lived here as well. This is the very beach where Keoua, the cousin of Kamehameha, who was his enemy, came to see Kamehameha's new heiau. And this is the beach where Keo'ua was hit by spears and killed. Keo'ua's body was taken all the way up to Pu'ukohola, and his body was burned and the bones were buried in Pu'ukohola. So within those rocks are the skeletal remains of Keo'ua and his men that were killed with him. Now, next to the Hawaiian village, or at least where it used to be, is Hale Kapuni Heiau. This heiau is actually in the water, and this heiau is the shark heiau. It was pretty much dedicated to sharks who the Hawaiians believed were sacred. We are actually really lucky today because there's a low tide and a lot of this area can be seen. Usually the entire shark heiau is underwater, but there's this huge black patch of land that's above water today. So you're very lucky to see that. This is the site where Pelikane was. So again, this was the living grounds of a lot of royal Hawaiians, a lot of the ali'i. And coming out here, the beach normally ends right here where you see the water. But today, there's actually a large patch of land showing from inside of the water, or actually it's popping up from the water. The water is actually very receded today, which is very unusual. It's the first time I've seen this happen before. The shark heiau is actually a little farther out. So this is the beginning of the shark heiau, but the actual shark heiau, most of it, is a little farther out and it's still underwater. I hope this video has been educational to you, and I hope you are enjoying your time at Kipapa. Have a good Friday. See you next week.